What's going on? My name is Karak. Welcome to another video. So, today let's cast another battle. Let's cast a grudge matchup between Dwarfs and Chaos, shall we? Let's jump straight into it. So, my opponent is playing Karak Kadrin, and the Lord leading is none other than Ungrim, and his name is my opponent's name is Evaniel. Alright. First thing first, whenever we jump into a battle replay, I like to start out with introducing my opponent's army. Now, let's just start by introducing the front line, shall we? So, 3 Iron Breakers, and one of them is the Regiments of Renown Lowering Iron Breakers. These guys are absolutely beasts. Like all IBs, like all Iron Breakers are beasts, but these guys are just tough as nail. And you put them against maybe 1,000, they're gonna stand there and hold them for like forever. Alright. And then you have 3 Miners with blasting charges. These guys are so effective against infantry, especially low armored ones. And then for the range department, my opponent actually bring 2 Thunderers, 1 Iron Drake's Trollhammer Torpedoes, and you guys know how much I love this unit. Like Iron Drake's Trollhammer Torpedoes may be the best unit at that just dishing out damage quick. Like they literally can one-shot stuff if you have like more than 2 of them. And then you have Orthas Raiders, the Regiments of Renown Rangers, and don't get fooled by their appearance as Rangers. These guys have 58 AP damage, and they are like an arrow type unit, which means they can actually shoot over stuff. And also they have this insane, okay, let's try that trick again. I absolutely love this trick. Alright, and they have this insane marked by Uthar debuff, which is gonna minus missile resist, minus armor, minus missile parry, just basically make you a target. And it's just gonna set you up for a total meltdown. And then for the Lord, as I introduced before, Ungrim with let's try that trick again. Oh, just a naked Ungrim, okay. And then at the back, he's got 1 unit of Giant Slayers, and then he's got 1 unit of rank 4 Longbeards with great weapon, together with a cannon. All right, that's everything my opponent brought to the battlefield. Now, let's introduce my army. I got 2 units of Gorbis Chariot, 2 units of Marauder Horsemen, Caesarian, the Overwatcher leading the army. Let's try that trick. There you go. I can counter Transmutation of Lead, Plague of Rust, so good old spells. And then I have a really long infantry line, as you can see here. Consists of 3 Chaos Marauders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Chaos Warriors, and 1 chosen Great Weapon. Look at the stats. Oh my god, amazing. But like chosen, in my opinion, should have immune to psychology. That's just in my opinion. But he's got they got 91 leadership when they in a formation. So I don't know. Like maybe they pure leadership just gonna overcome a lot of like psychology effect. But from my past experience, it's not enough. CA, please give them immune to psychology. That's just in my opinion, my humble opinion. Alright, let's get the battle started, shall we? So right from the get-go, I noticed that there's a cannon on the field, so I have to just basically rush really fast and also I need to keep my chariots outside the range, because chariots are very acceptable for cannon fire. And then he's actually using the cannon to target my chosen great weapon. That's a very good response by my opponent. Like, he's really experienced just from this alone. And then he's targeting a little bit onto my Sassorian, the Ever Watcher. And all these units are just coming outside. Even the Iron Drake's Trollhammer torpedoes and Thunders, Oath Raiders, everybody's just coming towards Sassorian. And I think he's about to do it right about here. So Sassorian slow down things a little bit. Sassorian got engaged into those Iron Drakes, which is good, but Ungrim is right here, and Ungrim has like huge amount of Lantilage, so it's not really like safe for Sassorian. And then meanwhile my flanks are advancing, and my Marauder horseman is advancing, and all my front line is advancing. Alright, let's get everything back in normal. My chariots are still staying put, and then there you go. I believe that's a marked by Othar. That's gonna be alright. That's actually another very good move by my opponent, because Sassorian has 60% missile resistance, but after marked by Othar, he's gonna be 40 something, which makes him kinda acceptable for missile fire. And there's a Giant Slayer unit, so it's just basically trap after traps for Sassorian. Alright, so Sassorian right now got basically engaged with the cannon, and my Marauders is just pushing these Thunders back, and these Marauders, great warriors and Chaos Warriors actually got a charge of onto those Thunders, which is really nice for me. And then Sassorian got back and get engaged with the Iron Breakers and the Thunders, and he's gonna really just stay on his toes to just move around, because you can't really stay there. And my chosen great weapon finally about to engage into the melee, and they only have half hit points left, so that's definitely unfortunate. And now my chariots are coming in. So I would like to comment that here my chariots are actually coming in a little bit too late, like here and here. Like the ideal engagement would be chariots coming in at the same time as my front line engaged. So in this game my chariot macro is not really on point. They are maybe 20 seconds too late in my opinion. Alright, so Chosen just got absolutely shredded by those Thunders, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. And then I use my Marauder's Horsemen to just focus down Giant Slayers. Chosen and still giving a chase to the Oath Raiders, and just basically standing crossfire, which is absolutely not good. And then this Chaos Warriors actually managed to beat up 2 units already, which is really nice. And Thorian is just currently occupying the Iron Drake's torpedoes. I got a Radic Troop not sending him back, which is kinda lazy on my part. I just feel like really rusty, like since I came back playing, but I understand that there's a huge gap. So between my last active session and now, it's been like almost 3 months. So yeah, I think I still need a bit more time to get my flow going. Meanwhile, Iron Drake's Trollhammer torpedoes is firing at will, and one of my Gorbius chariots actually got absolutely dunked on by those Giant Slayers, and Sassorian is getting absolutely dunked on by all Ungrim as well. So everything just like falling apart for Chaos. Like my Gorbius chariot is currently heading out, and Sassorian is currently at 891 hit point, and is getting chased up by those Giant Slayers, and they're getting absolutely shot to pieces by Thunders. But luckily, Thessorian is very not acceptable for missile fire, so he's still hanging in there. Alright. And then on the right flank is actually where I made a progress. And I'm just gonna try to reoccupy those thunders with those Chaos Marauders. Meanwhile, I really just try to focus down those giant status with my Marauder Horsemen and get my Thessorian out the way. And there's another marked by Othar debuff casting on Thessorian. Lucky he's unbreakable, otherwise I would lost him already. Alright, here this idle unit just I just can't really, like, still sitting here looking pretty, which is really just hurts my eyes. Alright, anyways, there's another thing I want to talk about here in this matchup. You see those cute little dwarfs? They are iron breakers, and they absolutely just performed. Like, they beat up Chaos Warriors with ease. And also, you see this unit here? He already beat up 2 units. He beat up 1 Chaos Warriors unit and beat up 1 Chaos Marauder unit. And now he's taking on a 3rd unit, and they're still coming on top. That's just absolutely ridiculous. And these IB just finished off those Chaos Warriors as well. So basically, right now it's looking pretty green for Chaos. And yeah, let's see what's gonna happen next. Alright, so Thessorian is still just running for his life, trying to peer this way. And I got both my chariots back online, which is good. And just trying to do some hurts now, and each of them got 50-ish kills at the moment. I really need to send them into those IBs to just basically occupy them. And at the same time I need to occupy the Thunderers as well. So it's quite messy, and little segment happening everywhere. And those Logrin's air breakers is about to get absolutely damaged. Watch this rear charge by those Chaos Marauders. Now they are officially damaged. And together with the Gorbis Chariot, I think I'm gonna do a lot of damage to them now. Like, the best way to deal with Iron Breakers is flank or attack them from rear, because if you attack them from the front, you're just never gonna break them. They're just gonna sit there forever and kill everything. So that's a really good engagement for me. And then I managed to get rid of the Thunders. Now this Chaos Gorbis Chariot is kind of freed. Also, Ungreen together with the Longbeards actually beat up 2 infantry at this little engagement here. And then those Marauder Horsemen actually got shoot by those Iron Drakes, and I didn't micro them, which is really bad from my part. And right now I'm just trying to use this Goon Squad of Gorbis Chariot to do as much damage as I can to those Iron Breakers. At the same time, I cast a Plague of Rust onto those IBs, and this is a questionable move. Like, Thessorian only has 300 health left, and I should never just charge him in like that. But anyways, that was a really good debuff onto them though, because they are really heavy armored and they are fighting Chaos Marauders. Their minus 30 armor might actually help a lot. And then I'm using my Marauder Horsemen to get rid of those Iron Drakes. Normally this wouldn't happen, but they are pretty damaged already, so that's why Marauder Horsemen is actually coming on top. And then I'm trying to charge in with one of my other Marauder Horsemen as well, but this is just a stupid move. But I managed to rout the Thunders, which is I'm looking back now, I think that was what I was thinking, to just get rid of the Thunders and then just put them out, but that was a foolish move, by the way. And all of a sudden, it doesn't look that bad for Chaos anymore. Like, I still have both my Gorbis Chariots, but both of them were almost dead. And I still have the Thessorian like just getting on the battlefield. And I managed to beat up these Logrin's Iron Breakers, which is just really good. Yeah, I should say that's a very good achievement. I beat them. And even though they already killed 150 157 chaos like warriors and maybe chaos marauders already. So yeah, all of a sudden, like basically chaos kinda win the ground. But the thing is, I still have a relatively healthy, like compared to my leadership, a relatively healthy ongoing Iron Fist and a Longbeard with great weapon unit at rank 4. And I think that was a transmutation of lead, which is about to cast. I cancelled it. Now I think I'm about to cast. There you go. Because I need to save the Scorpius chariot. Oh my gosh! You see, one of the models just got killed by Ongring, and there's only one model left. Alright, so that was kind of foolish. I should never do that. And then more units are charging in. My infantry unit is charging in a constant transmission of lead, hoping to basically reduce their melee attack dramatically and weapon damage. And then that single model of Gobius chariots coming back in as well, managed to rout the last 2 infantry units from my opponent. Alright. And far from the right side, there's a relatively healthy Unbreakers, and those oh my gosh, those low-grade Unbreakers actually came back fighting. It's just ridiculous. Alright, so right now I quickly made a decision that okay, it's not looking so good for me, so what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna leave one Chaos Warrior's great weapon unit to fight Ongring, because that's the most efficient way to get rid of Ongring, and then send everything else onto these guys. Sasorian is coming. Oh, he decided to not charge in. I would say that that's a really wise move. Like, you should never charge them in. And then I think when these Unbreaks got engaged, now is the time to charge in. There you go. Now you need to charge in alongside with the Gobius chariot. Even charging in from the behind, Gobius chariot is actually kind of wavering already. And I think my heavy hitter now is gonna be those Marauder Horsemen now, because they are out of ammunition. Oh, right. I managed to shatter both of them, like with the spell and the surround, so which is pretty good. So now on the battlefield, everybody shattered except Ongring, the Iron Fist. Ongring has 199 health, 169 health, 84 health. Oh my god, 56. And he won. He beat up my Chaos Forest with great weapon with 56 health left. That's really a violent, valiant effort, I would say. And then I decided to charge in with one unit of my Marauder Horseman to finish him off. And that was gonna be a glorious death. There you go. And I even cast a Plague of Rust on him. Alright, so let's jump into the scorecard. Let's check my opponent's army first. So first, I should say that this was absolutely a ridiculous battle, and it was down to the wire, like down to the wire, because it was just that close. Alright, anyways, Ongring Iron Fist, 81 kills, really good, not too shabby. And also remember, very early into the game, Ongring actually got the Iron Fist down to Sasorian and almost killed him instantly. And minus with blasting charges, I don't know, man. I think they are just not that good. Longbeards at rank 4 actually did a lot of job, so I would say that's a really good pick. Giant Slayers was just basically chasing chariots and chasing Sasorian and getting shot at by those Marauder Horsemen, because that's why they didn't really have a lot of kills. But just look at those IBs, man. 122 kills, 74 kills, 157 kills. Absolutely beasts. Like, these guys are amazing and they're ridiculously strong. Thunders, I think mainly they were focused on getting rid of my single entity and my chariots, and then I actually prioritized on focusing on them, so they didn't kill a lot of stuff. Same as Iron Drake's trauma torpedoes, and cannon. So obviously the goal I came into this battle was prioritize killing the range stuff. And even though I suffered a lot of casualties and I suffered a lot of hit points by doing that, but eventually I managed to occupy or rout all the range department. But my infantry actually did really poor, I should say. Like 40 kills on Chaos Marauders is actually a plus. I think it's really good. 33, I think they perform really good. 12, no, not good. 59 on 1 Chaos Warrior unit is also okay, but I think they are killing miners mainly. And 22, that's just so bad. 128, really nice, and these guys actually got 2 chevrons, so that's very good. I think they were the one on the right flank killing thunders and the 1 unit of miners. That's why they just got crazy value right there. And the 44, 56 are not too bad, not too shabby, but Chosen got absolutely just shredded. This is why you don't really bring Chosen Grey Weapon into the battle that often, because you know that your enemy is going to notice the threat and just absolutely blast them into oblivion, and which is exactly what my opponent did. So my Chosen Grey Weapon, before they even get into the 9, they were down to maybe half health already, and then they were sitting in a crossfire of like Othar Raiders and the Thunders. They just, man, they just did not enjoy the battle at all. Like Gorbis Chariot, they really carried, same as my Marauder Horsemen. Like in the beginning, they were just mainly focused on getting rid of the Giant Slayers, but later on, they actually did a lot of job escorting, just occupying those range units, and also get a couple charge of, so which is really good. Alright, Sasorian, I really like, how to say that. I know that Dwarf really has minimum answer for Sasorian, but I feel like Evaniel was really experienced, and he know that with the marked by Othar, the debuff, plus Thunders and Ungring, you actually can kill Sasorian if your opponent didn't pay attention. Like I was like blinking maybe for 1 second or maybe a couple seconds, and Sasorian was getting focused on really quickly. So I absolutely did not expect that, and I feel really lucky that Sasorian was not that instantly, and that would cost me the game, but he actually managed to survive with 200-ish hit points left. So I was kind of blessed, and thank you Iron GG's. So yeah, anyways, that's the matchup, and I really had a blast fighting this battle, and kudos go to my opponent Evaniel. He really played this matchup really well, and he proved that he's very capable of winning this matchup, and I enjoyed fighting him as well. And as always, if you guys enjoyed my contents, please consider to subscribe and comment. I love comments. I try to reply all comments as much as I can, and more contents are coming. Oracle Boss signing off.